day with love, we'll find a way as one across the world. Our love's unfold, we're here together. Every moment now, a song to sing out loud. Every road we climb, we are one.
Hi, hello, good evening, and welcome to That's a Wrap with Jonny Turner. That's me, Jonny Turner. We'll be coming to you live from the Wild Studio with exclusive end-of-day interviews, demos, and fun every night at 7 p.m.-ish. We have so much show planned for you, amazing interviews, product demos, and some fun and games. But it wouldn't be a late-night show without some monologue jokes, so here we go. Rapid-fire monologue jokes start now. This year's convention is the only one where the attendees can go to the bathroom while watching. Some of you did this last year when it wasn't virtual, and those people are no longer invited. Stanley, Rhonda. This year's convention is different for me also. I'm not even wearing pants. This is CGI. How about the show opener today with an original score sung by Mary Young, CEO? I had originally volunteered to sing, but I was told we couldn't mail out earplugs in time for everyone to use. We're all getting more and more comfortable with the idea of social distancing at 6 feet. Do you know who has been practicing social distancing the longest? Spiders. They're at 8 feet. If someone is quarantined with you, the Young Living fan, they're super lucky. You'll smell great no matter how many days you may go without showering, and that's the Jonny Turner guarantee. One of the advantages of working from home is not bumping into that one coworker you can't stand, like Bob from compliance.
I'm right here.
The thing about wearing masks is that those with bad breath now know what we've been dealing with. So, you know how we feel now, Bob from compliance.
Jonny, I'm still right here.
The one thing I'll miss about the actual convention is meeting so many people I haven't seen in a while. So I'll take the next few moments to give some of the greetings I won't have the pleasure of giving in person. Hey, you! You? What are you up to? Get over here! Oh my gosh, you changed your hair, you look gorge. Oh my gosh, you look gorge, I missed you. Oh, I'm so sorry you broke up with so-and-so. He was gorge. Raise your hand if you're watching this in your pajamas. Now raise your other hand if you just realize that you're raising your hand and nobody can see you. Hi, 10. Things got a little disrupted this year, and we couldn't introduce all the new products we were hoping to. Here's a few of the new scents we were unfortunately unable to announce. Oregano breath mints, abandoned lot tree trunk, Applebee's lavender, and gym bag extract. Today was our opening day of convention, and it's a lot like the opening day of baseball. You can sit in your own home and eat hot dogs and peanuts, but unfortunately this is the only wave you're going to get. I'd like to shift gears to today's general session and share with you some of my key takeaways. There were so many exciting announcements. Let's recap just a few. This year's convention kicked off with a truly breathtaking performance from the inimitable Mary Young. Did you guys get wind of those pipes? I knew Mary had a background in opera, but I didn't realize she had a midground and a foreground in it too. And let's not forget the mind-blowing dress technology we witnessed. That's the most multifunctional dress I've seen since that lady in the Nutcracker hid all of her kids in hers. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't spent the last 20 minutes standing in front of a projector with my bed sheets wrapped around my waist, trying to recreate it. Then we learned about some new products being released, everything from makeup to muscle rub. That muscle rub, CBD muscle rub, is no joke. Let me tell you, I used some of it on my shoulder this morning, and this bad boy hasn't stopped soothing since. I feel like I could pitch for the major leagues. Dr. Michael Book taught us how many sardines we'd need to eat every day to meet the minimum required dose of vitamin D. Apparently an easier alternative would be the new super vitamin D supplement, which, due to new technology, dissolves in your mouth. I actually start all of my mornings with a sardine shake, though, so I'm good on my vitamin D. it dissolves in my mouth. And now that we're all up to speed, I'd like to welcome our first guest of the evening, Young Living Chief of Staff, Kelly Case. Kelly, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
I'm really excited to have you here.
I'm really excited to be here.
This convention is different than any other convention we've done, right?
Absolutely.
We have this crazy new opener. Talk to me about the new opener and your thoughts on it and your experience with it.
So, in the past, we've always had a live production. So putting together a live show is very different than a digital experience. So I was a little worried. I didn't know what to expect. In fact, I talked to Mary and I said, Mary, what was the most surprising thing to you about this new opener that we created? She said what surprised her the most was the beauty of it all. And the ability to just evoke such strong emotion and beauty out of this, creating this digital opening experience, and it's magical. It
is magical. Typically, right, convention 3 days, it's done. We've been working on this for weeks. It's just been amazing. Magical is the word, right?
Right, absolutely.
You've been with the company, I think you joined a few months ago?
Like a few months ago plus 19 years and like 10 months maybe. Yeah.
So 20 years,
right.
2 decades.
Yes.
Young Living. So you've seen a lot of convention openers.
I've seen a lot of convention openers.
You have your favorites.
Right.
You've participated in them in different roles.
Yeah. So many years on the events team, actually, helping put them together. I shouldn't say that because some are a little embarrassing, but yes, been around a long time.
Embarrassing?
A little bit.
And your husband, back in the day,
yes,
was on the marketing team?
He was. We're a Young Living love story, in fact. Met at Young Living, fell in love, got married, had kids. It's a whole thing, Johnny.
That is awesome. But don't try and distract away from your husband being on the marketing team writing for some of these past conventions. Because there are some doozies.
There are some doozies. Yes.
I just want to take a look at one of those doozies.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's take a look.
Okay.
Is Jacob up there with you?
Negative, ma'am. No Jacob. We have no kids since aboard, ma'am.
Oh, all right.
Get that purification on quickly.
Yeah, but Gary needs all his
Diffuser
other
activated.
stuff.
Mission
He needs his
objective.
quarter board.
Share oils with the
And
galaxy.
he needs his balsam current.
Warp drive. Testing.
And he needs
Warp
his
drive is a go.
Louise and-
Mission control, we have sufficient weight fit. We'll be fine, thank you.
Countdown to begin.
Are you
One.
sure?
Honey.
Gary, how can you come down? You need to test
We have them. Ladies and gentlemen, the Young Living Executive Team, Gary Young and Mary Young, taking Young Living into the future.
Come on.
So good, right?
Isn't that not amazing?
I would say we've come a long way.
And your husband's responsible.
I would say maybe not that one, but others.
There have been some good ones.
Yes.
Okay, so you in leading up to this convention, you said you've changed your roles so many different times. Tell me about the experience of the Indiana Young convention with Gary coming in as Indiana Jones, right? The character,
Right.
with the boulder.
So that year we did a movie theme, and Gary was featured as several different roles from famous films, one of which being Indiana Young. So for the opener, I think this was probably the biggest budget we had had to date. And they built styrofoam sets and Gary went around like he was Indiana Young, exploring and adventuring. And the culmination of that at convention was Gary running out on stage, well, stunt double, Gary, running out on stage and running down through the middle of the audience with the giant boulder rolling after him, just like the movie. And I was on the events team at the time, and so we were all kneeled down next to the track trying to make sure the boulder didn't come rolling off the track and take out our audience members. So it was fun.
Did it ever roll off?
It didn't. There were some scary bounces as it came down, but no casualties.
Crisis averted.
Yes.
That is so awesome.
It
All
was
right,
fun.
now, let's talk about this year's convention. Mary
Yes.
sings beautifully.
Yes.
Right? She looks amazing, has her dress. Tell us about that dress.
So, as you know, Mary's background is in opera singing. So I feel like the opener really plays to that, her strength. And it really creates an experience for her to shine. And she, in her beautiful white dress, she looked, when I first walked in and I saw her on the stage in her white gown with all the lights and the images, it took my breath away, honestly. And I thought she looked like a Disney princess. Don't you think? She looked just like a Disney princess. So that was a very special moment, yes.
Yeah. And that dress, was it the backup dress, or tell me about that?
Okay, so you may find this hard to believe, but finding a white dress that is not a wedding dress is not an easy feat. Add to that, Mary being very frugal, and I actually say that with the utmost respect for her, because that's one of her most charming traits.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love most about her, we had sent her some dress options, some white dresses that she would wear, and she said, I would never spend that kind of money on a dress. So she starts shopping, and she finds this website in China, and we order all these dresses, but they're not going to make it in time. So while we're on the hunt, she goes into her closet, pulls out a dress from 20 years ago, and she Mary-gized the dress. She added sleeves and beading, and she worked on it. And ultimately, we did have a dress come in that worked, but it just was so Mary to spend her time and just making it perfect. She wanted it to be just right, but also be her. So we did ultimately get a dress that would work, that she gave her own special touches to. She shortened the length a little bit, changed the sleeves, changed the neckline, and it turned out perfectly.
I love that. She Mary-gized the dress.
She Mary-gized the dress.
That is awesome. So she comes out and she sings.
Yes.
Let's talk about the composer, Lyle Moore.
Yes.
He's a good friend of mine. Super, super talented.
Thank you for that introduction, by the way, because
very welcome.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? How has it been with your experience just seeing what he's composed and how Mary performed it?
Well, I think last year is the first year we worked with Lyle, and it was so special to work with such a professional, a consummate professional with all of this experience. He comes in and creates these anthems. And this year, I feel, because last year he was able to work with Mary, this year he really played to her strengths, because he watched her, he knew her now as a performance, he was familiar with her voice and its specific nuances, and he really showcased it beautifully through the music, and it gives me chills. I love it so much. I'll have it on repeat, rocking it out in the car. By the time we're finished, 10 years from now, with all of our Lyle anthems, we're going to have an entire
album.
We'll have an album.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Young Living Convention theme album.
And it'll be great.
Yeah, and we'll add your raps.
Oh.
It'll be good. Yeah.
You're just saying that.
I know.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was so good.
That's a Wrap with Jonny Turner would not be That's a Wrap with Jonny Turner without a little goss. A little behind-the-scenes gossip. Is there anything or anyone, did any of the executives act like divas? Is there anything you want to spill?
There's a lot I want to spill, but I'm going to have to tell you after. I want to have my job. I've been here 20 years. I need to be here 20 more. We'll talk after.
We'll help you keep your job. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly, for chatting with us.
Of course.
It was amazing, and it's just so nice to have you here. Now, before we bring on our next guest, I just want to check in with Jake Van Wagner, a dear friend of That's a Wrap. Jake, is it a wrap?
Thanks, Johnny. Can you come back to me a little bit later? Give me a few minutes, like 30.
me like 30 minutes, and I'm gonna figure this out.
Okay, Jakey, you got it. You'll get it next time, bud. There were a lot of options. That was Jake Van Wagner, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be checking back in with him later, but now here to talk about some more very exciting products being released this weekend is the one, the only, Mother Nature.
Thank you, Jonathan. As Young Living's only volunteer consultant, I'd love to discuss essential oils.
Give you a hand. Can I give you
Do you have an outlet up here? I need to plug these in.
Why did you bring all of those?
I am just not used to being on TV, and I'm a little stressed out. It's the middle of June, and I accidentally made it snow in New York City, and I just need that lavender essential oil scent with that lightly sweet, earthy aroma, and because it promotes a calm feeling of calmness.
Remember Young Living's new aroma rings? They're the hands-free, discreet, comfortable way to enjoy continuous aromatherapy without diffusers.
Well, yes, I know all about those. I work here.
Oh, you work here?
She's a volunteer.
So we don't pay you.
I believe you do. I wouldn't volunteer for free.
It's acorns. We pay her an acorn.
Anyways, I didn't want to wear one knowing we were going to be filmed on television. We need to look professional.
I'm wearing one right now.
What? I didn't even see it. That's amazing and so discreet. Wait, why are you wearing one?
It can be really stressful to be on TV. It can be really stressful to be on TV.
Oh, sounded like you were going to say something different, and then you said being on TV.
Oh, that's weird.
Young Living's aroma rings are preloaded and pre-diluted for a safe and instant application anywhere.
Look at that one right there.
What? Oh, I thought red meant stop. Young Living's aroma rings are preloaded and pre-diluted for safe and instant application anywhere, and they deliver aromatic goodness for up to 6 hours. That's half of 12, or twice as much as 3, or triple 2.
What are you doing? Why are you? Just tell them that it's safe for pregnant women and people over the age of 8.
I think the people are really into the math, right, Jonny?
I don't think anyone's really into the math.
Loaded with aroma ease, the Young Living aroma ring offers an aroma that creates a personal aroma sanctuary when encountering strong, offensive odors. I'm not talking about you, don't worry.
I love a personal aroma sanctuary.
Excuse me?
Aroma ease. Aroma ease is great for a refresh after a long car trip or car ride, and it also helps to calm nervous butterflies in your tummy, because it has that soothing aroma.
Oh, sounded like you said something much shorter.
Oh, that's weird.
All right. I think we managed to get all the information out of that we needed.
Thanks, Mother Nature. It's time for a quick break.
Thank you, Mother Nature, and your assistant. It's time for a quick break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be spotlighting some of the best workshops from earlier in the day with an exclusive interview with a Royal Crown Diamond. Right after this.
One of my best friends is a diamond. This is so exciting.
Let's get these plugged. Should we?
Oh, I'll carry these.
Yeah, let me give you a hand.
I'll take.
Go ahead.
Can you?
Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
I'll just carry myself.
All right.
Welcome back to That's a Wrap with Jonny Turner, the only talk show bringing you the behind the scenes of this year's Young Living convention. Our next guest is one of my favorites for so many reasons. She's inspiring, driven, and very well spoken. You may have seen her workshop Mindset to Success earlier today, but we wanted to go a little more in depth and ask some of those questions you didn't get a chance to. Please give a warm welcome to Carol Garner. Carol, how are you?
Thanks for having me. Hi.
It's so good to see you. It's so good. Just here, got my own talk show, a little late night show.
I know, it's amazing.
Super
Look
great.
at you.
Yeah, right? Moved my way up. So stoked that you could join us. Would you mind just real quick giving us a recap of the topics you covered in your workshop for anyone who didn't get a chance to see it?
Yeah, so the topic that I spoke about was mindset for success or mindset to success. Basically, when we're working our Young Living business or even in life, there's so many blockages and fears that get in our way of success. So I address those and just do some reality checks and teach some skills to kind of switch how you think about things so that you can truly be successful.
That's awesome. And what inspired you? What gave you the inspiration for the topic?
Well, I love anything mindset. I used to be a hypnotherapist and taught hypnobirthing classes and had a transformational birth experience with my firstborn, having a natural birth with no pain medication and using mind over matter. And so that just morphed into my business, and I teach my team and love teaching anyone about mindset because I think it's such a huge part of life that we aren't taught about how to think the right way to succeed in life.
And I love that. It's just so important, the way we think about things, the way we go about our lives. If you had to call out one thing that you wanted people to take away from your workshop, what would it be?
Every thought you have creates some kind of physical or chemical change in your body. So we think so many negative self-talk thoughts, and I want us to be more aware, everybody to be more aware of how we think about ourselves so that we can be kinder to ourselves so that transfers out into the world.
I love that. Is there anything that you feel like in your workshop you wish you had gone a little more in depth on? Anything that you left out that maybe you just want to include?
Yes, I love doing guided imagery, and with only 25-30 minutes of time, I don't have time to explain all that I want to explain and add that. So I would have loved to have a guided imagery to really help people get their subconscious mind to process and get rid of the blockages and get rid of the fears. But we've got other presentations to do, and it was fine. So
you've given us so much valuable knowledge on having a mindset for success, but we want to see how successful you would be in a little game, if you're into it, a little game we like to play, Stop and Smell the Oils.
Yes, I'm game.
Awesome. We shipped you a box. What was that?
I'm scared, but I'm game. I'm up for this challenge.
I love that. We shipped you a box of unlabeled oils. You're going to have 90 seconds to guess as many oils as you can guess. And for every oil you guess correctly, $100 will be donated to the Young Living Foundation. Are you down for a little old-fashioned, olfactory trivia?
Okay, I'm down.
Okay, are we going to set the timer? Okay. On your mark, get set, go.
Peppermint? No, I know that's not right. Oh god. I have no idea. Oh wait.
Some that we say tricky ones.
No idea. Peace and calming?
Yep.
3. Stress away is 4.
Yep.
Palo Santo?
Nice.
5.
Pulling it out.
Wow.
This is going to be the trickiest one, I think. Okay, you got 30 seconds.
Lime? Lemon?
Mm-mm.
No. Lavender.
Lavender, there you go.
Number 7. Oh god. Ugh. I have no idea. 7.
5, 4.
Jasmine? I don't know.
Oh wait,
Did you cut me off too early?
I did cut you off too early, so we're going to give you one more bottle.
Okay. Jeez. Build your dream?
Oh, close. What? Ylang ylang.
Oh.
Yeah, all those senses, it overwhelms the system. Okay, so we got 3, 4, we got
Crazy.
5 correct, so that'll be $500 we'll be donating to the Young Living Foundation. That's amazing.
Hey, awesome. Thank you.
I was cursed with a deviated septum, and so I figure I probably wouldn't have done half as well as you did. So very well done. And thank you so much, Carol, for joining us. It's break time again, but don't worry. We will be back with the Young Living regional presidents and way more fun. Stick around. Thank you so much, Carol.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Turner, where I've just been joined by some faces you might find familiar. Say hello to Sarah Bjorgard, Gabby Sanchez, Kristen Todd, and Peter Foss. Unfortunately, Ty Tolman wasn't able to get back from the beach in time for this Zoom call. So, one reason I wanted to have you guys on was to explain to all the lovely people watching in your respective markets what you want them to take away from this event. So, Sarah, why don't you take the next little bit and what's something or some things that you would like members in your market to take away from this event?
Well, thanks so much, Johnny. Gosh, you guys, this has been an incredible function. From hearing from Mary, Jared, the executives, the product launches. They have gotten me so excited. I know you all feel the same. And so it's easy sometimes to be a little bit overwhelmed when you hear this much information and this many products and new tools. And you might think to yourself, what in the world do I do with all of this information, and what should my next first step be? And so I just want to take a second to encourage you and have you think about how you might kind of prioritize what you're going to do. So first, I want you to go back through all your notes and highlight your biggest takeaways, and then figure out how you're going to take action on one of those biggest takeaways. Secondly, I want you to think about all of the product that we just got done launching and start to make a list of all of the people that have a need for that particular product, and then design your game plan about how you're going to reach out to those people. So that's what I would say. Our biggest takeaway today should be to get an action plan together and then actually take action. So back to you, Johnny.
I love that. Have an action plan and then take action. I love that. Gabby, why don't you go ahead and share with the members of your market what you'd like them to take away from the event?
Thank you, Johnny. Just super happy to be here with you. Just to add to what Sarah said, to me, action is the result of your purpose, is your why. And seeing the magnificent spectacle that was set up for the grand opening, seeing the flags, to me is very emotional because it provides the following message. To me is we are one, which is the whole reason why we're doing this virtual international grand convention, is why are we coming together? So that is a good reminder for me to my why. And in Latin America, we've talked about it a lot. Last year, we talked about having the ability to come together and be one and be stronger. United, we are stronger. So to me is the awesome things that Sarah said, to take action, and then taking perhaps a step back and saying, why am I taking action? Is my why. And all of us will have different reasons why we're part of this Young Living family worldwide. Just go find your why. Why is it that I'm doing these things? And I guarantee that it will add a lot of perspective and purpose behind what you're doing.
I love that. We are one. Somos uno. ¿Por qué no lo hagas rapidito en español por los miembros que en Latinoamérica?
Sí, claro. Para mí es muy importante el reconocer la razón por la que estamos haciendo esto, porque somos parte de esta familia Young Living. Y encontrar nuestro propósito es un objetivo de esta convención, que es por qué estoy haciendo esto, por qué soy parte de la familia Young Living. y entender que somos una de muchas regiones o una parte de todo el mundo y cómo nos juntamos y siendo uno somos más fuertes.
Siendo uno somos más fuertes. Okay, perfect. Kristen, why don't you go ahead and tell us some of the members in your market what they would what you would like them to take away from the event.
Thank you, Jonny. Well, look, I think the way that we have all come together, as Gabby was saying, as we've overcome global adversity this year, to all come together as one family, regardless of where we live on the globe. And the passion, the strength, and the effort that everyone has shown in our mission for global wellness, especially over the last 6 months, from our newest members to our most experienced Royal Crown Diamonds, and of course all of the Young Living staff who have gone the extra mile here at this event to get our wonderful new products into your hands, into the hands of those that most need them. I'm very excited and very proud to be part of an organisation that places people before profit. And of course, our charitable efforts that we'll hear about over the next few days are always at the forefront of our business. And at this particular time in the world, these efforts are really important to each and every one of us giving back. And Gary's vision for Young Living has never been so vital. And a world crisis cannot stop us. Nothing can stop us from sharing our beautiful products with every single family and home in the world.
That's right, Chris, and nothing can stop us when we put people over purpose. I love that. Peter, what about the members in your market? What do they need to hear, and what do they need to take away from the event?
Well, first of all, my market is Africa, Middle East, and India, so a lot of new people coming into Young Living that way. And it's wonderful opportunity when we can come together at an international brand convention in person or virtually like we are now. I think that one of the greatest things, one of the greatest values that we as human beings have is that of relationships and building relationships with each other. And I think we do that when we come together, when we have experiences together. So to have a virtual International Grand Convention for the first time is a unique experience that we are now having, that are again bringing us together as one. I think that it's not only a message for the wonderful people of Africa, Middle East, and India to experience Young Living being a much bigger company than what they see on a day-to-day basis, but it's also an opportunity to see and meet the international leaders, and for the international leaders to come and have an understanding of what's going on in these markets. The growth that we are having internationally in new markets that we're opening is just phenomenal. And there's so much excitement. There are so many people with big hearts and doing the right things. The news are so full of negative things all the time. But when you are in the Young Living family, you feel of the heart, you feel of what it means to be one. You feel what it is to develop relationships and not be alone in a world, and be together with people that are having a positive attitude, that are willing to look out for each other and help each other and share. And that's what is exciting. I love the opportunities we have to come together and grow and develop. I agree with Sarah that it's wonderful to come together and have that experience of togetherness. It's wonderful to learn a lot of things, but the most important thing is, what do you take with you and what do you do with it afterwards? So the success of any event is really not the smile sheet at the end of the event. It is a year later, 2 years later, and see the results that's coming. Just like when you open a new market. It's amazing. South Africa was just opened in October, and we now have almost 10,000 members in the region. To be part of something like that is exciting, and have that journey together. So thank you so much.
I'm with you there. To have this journey and to take this journey with you guys and all the members around the world is exciting, and to hear that we're having so much growth, it's just incredible. And I appreciate you all taking the time and sharing with me, and then sharing with the members in your respective markets. But now what I want to do is I want to twist things up a little bit, and I want to have, while I have you guys here, a little competition that I call the Battle of the Backgrounds. So, as you all know, and a lot of our members know, on Zoom, you can change your background, your virtual background. And what I want you all to do is go in and find an image, maybe take the next 15 seconds, find an image. I will be the judge of the best image, whether it be entertaining, funny, you got to get me, and I will pick the winner and announce the prize before we move on. What do you think?
Are you positive? Are you sure?
I am so sure. Everyone ready? Go.
Okay.
Oh, Jonny, this is going to be hard for you. This is going to be tough. I just want to say that what my background is Mary dancing with the locals in South Africa on the street. How do you beat that one?
Oh, wow. All right, Gabby, what's yours?
Difficult.
There. Yeah.
And then, Kristen, describe your background?
Yeah, this is where I grew up, in the South Island of New Zealand.
Beautiful.
That's me right there.
Oh, wow. Kristen's is beautiful.
This tells you my humble beginnings, where it all started for me.
Oh, so funny.
All right. This is hard. This is hard.
Gabby looks like the Gerber baby. I just have to say it. Totally looks like the Gerber baby.
If there's a bravery reward, then Gabby is the winner, showing off himself as a child.
All right,
Somebody
I think.
Funny enough to do it.
Oh, I think I'm going to go with Peter's background. Just Mary dancing in the street. It took a lot of courage to put. It's great. It's fun. There it is. So, Peter, your prize. You win 2 free tickets to the Michael Bublé concert that was canceled next week. So.
I love it.
Wonderful.
Thank you all so much again for coming. Now we have to take one more break. And that's great news for you. What a perfect time to use what you've learned here today and go place an order, share, grow. We'll be right back. Welcome back to That's a Wrap with Jonny Turner. I'm your host, Jonny Turner. And folks, I'm sad to report that that's almost a wrap on That's a Wrap with me, Jonny Turner. But before we wrap up the wrap-up, here's my little wrap. That's a wrap-up. Era. That's a wrap-up. Let's check back in with Jake Van Wagner.
One of them is a rap, right? Because but look, it's not.
Jakey, we'll try again tomorrow. And speaking of tomorrow, here are some of the awesome workshops and events you can look forward to during tomorrow's convention. Jared Turner, President and COO, will be giving his keynote speech. We'll also see presentations from our executives and the foundation. And then in the afternoon, you can look forward to a bunch of exciting new workshops, including a Royal Crown Diamond panel. Now, That's a Wrap with Jonny Turner wouldn't be complete without a little mischief, a little mayhem, a little prank sesh, if you will. You see, I noticed a bear in one of the shots during convention, and let's just say it gave me a little idea.
I've been with Young Living for 6 months now.
Misty Davis.
My name is Lisa Acey.
Hi, my name is Casey Barrow, and I'm the Director of Conduct Success.
What is it that, that bowed me? Yes. Jeez. Okay.
No, you're afraid of
Is that Jonny?
Oh, it's totally different.
Who is in there?
When I think of
I don't like this. Why is this bear moving?
I think,
This is the sweatiest bear I've ever hugged.
That was funny. Go away. Oh my gosh.
The most challenging virtually is the fact that we've had to find new ways to actually reach out to members and work with them to...
You know, in-person events...
We don't usually have live stuffed bears. You literally have sweat through like 3 feet of fluff.
Jared's about to go up on stage. I'm sneaking up on the side. This bear has been on stage for 2 days. He has no idea.
The pandemic has been cataclysmic. It's created... Oh my gosh. Holy crap. Scared the heck out of me.
It was so hot and sweaty in that bear, but thank you, Anthropomorphic Bear. What a great guy. Thank you all so much for watching tonight. Make sure to tune in tomorrow to the convention. There are some very exciting things that you won't want to miss. And make sure to tune in to That's a Wrap with Jonny Turner tomorrow night for a very special announcement by Mary Young. See you tomorrow, and good night.